Hello friends, welcome all to my channel SensexKaFunda. If you are visiting for the first time, please do subscribe to this channel. In this video, we will discuss the major announcement in the Reliance Industries 48th Annual General Meeting. I will highlight the key points from the AGM for all of you, especially focusing on the four major business pillars of Reliance, and will discuss the most important statement which might affect the stock price in the next. Before I start the video, I would like you all to read this disclaimer. This video is intended solely for educational and learning purposes. I do not intend to induce any client into any investment activity. If you are considering buying this stock, you must do so only after consulting your financial advisor. Thank you. The AGM started at 2 p.m. and the stock market closes at 3:30. Interestingly, if you see, the Reliance stock dropped sharply at 2 p.m. about 2.16%. This wasn't a minor move and we will explore the reasons behind it. Let's first discuss the four major pillars of Reliance in which it operates. These four are: 1. Oil to chemicals, which includes refining, petrochemicals, and fuel retail. And in this regard, they have the world's largest refining complex in Jamnagar. Second is digital services, which is Geo, telecom, and tech powerhouse. Then third, we have retail. And the last but not the least is new energy. And this is where major announcements were made, which I will discuss. Together a compilation of the major points that was discussed in Reliance AGM, which will give you a vision of where Reliance aims to be in the next 5 years. First of all, the Reliance core petrochemical business O2C achieved 100% capacity utilization. This and Mukesh Ambani mentioned that geopolitical tensions easing will help O2C deliver stable and substantial profits going further. We all know that the Ukraine-Russia war is going on. If geopolitical tensions subside, the O2C business could see stronger growth. They've also upgraded the Jamnagar refinery to support O2C growth. Mukesh Ambani emphasized that despite diversification into telecom and retail, O2C remains central to Reliance's vision and will continue to be the major growth and profit contributor. Now, for Reliance Retail, Ambani mentioned that Reliance Retail targets 1 lakh crore revenue in the next 5 years at 20% CAGR. Last but not the least, Reliance also gave details about its new energy business. Reliance is building the world's largest integrated new energy ecosystem. The Dhirubhai Ambani Giga Energy Complex is under construction currently at Jamnagar. Reliance also committed to investing 75,000 crores in new projects specially focused on green energy. The focus on green energy was clearly evident. And the most important point that was discussed in the AGM, new energy business is expected to match or surpass the O2C business in scale and profits within the next 5 to 7 years. This point is very, very important for all the shareholders of Reliance. So I would again like to reiterate this point. New energy business is expected to match or surpass the O2C business of Reliance in scale and profits within the next 5 to 7 years. And this announcement was made by Mukesh Ambani in the AGM. Now, also mentioned that Reliance Jio IPO, the Jio IPO will list by 2026. Now, he mentioned here that it would be an IPO and no demerger, and that's the reason we saw a fall in the uh, price of Reliance 2% that it fell after during the AGM was because they clearly mentioned that this is going to be an IPO and not a demerger. In a demerger, a shareholder who is currently holding Reliance share will get additional shares of Jio Telecom. But in this case, it would be an IPO, and you would need to apply like other like other investors for the IPO, and there might be a quota, but there is no certainty that you would get the Jio IPO. There was no update on Reliance retail IPO, but as we all know that first Jio IPO will come, and in the next couple of years after the Jio IPO, the Reliance retail IPO is expected. So Jio IPO is now expected to come in 2026. Many investors had hoped that the IPO would be announced within the current financial year, but when they learned that it was postponed to the new year, some reacted by selling the shares, and also that it would not be a demerger also affected sentiments. Now, Mukesh Ambani made a major announcement in the AGM, and this is a very important point which shows the vision of Reliance for the next 3 years. Reliance aims to double EBITDA by end of 2027. So this is a significant statement by Mukesh Ambani reflecting his confidence in the company. What is EBITDA? EBITDA is nothing but operating profit. Let's see in the previous years how the EBITDA has doubled and how it has affected net profits between 2016 and so between 2016 and 2019 we saw a doubling of EBITDA. So it doubled from 2000 in 2016. It was 41,781 and that doubled to 84,250 in March 2019. And the profit before tax also jumped from 38,000 to 55,000, and eventually the stock price follows if profits increase. Now let's see whether this is supported by data of fixed assets. In 2016 and 2019, did fixed assets increase? Yes. So if you look between 2016 and 2019, the fixed assets more than doubled. Affected the net profit, which increased from 29,000 to 39,837, and which future we have to now evaluate the potential for future rally in Reliance by 2027. If we see Mukesh Ambani's past execution, this adds credibility and track record of delivering shareholder value. Reiterate that you must consult a financial advisor before doing any activity in any stock and not rely on my advice. Thank you.